As you notice, at just about every meeting, we have a young man here filming everybody here in the meeting. He is not associated with the town of Cicero. So whatever happens to that tape or however it's doctored or altered, the town of Cicero has absolutely nothing to do with it. So I just wanted to just be aware that you are on camera. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 9th regular meeting of the Cicero Town Board. I'd like to point out the emergency exits. We have 2 at the back of the room and 1 up front to your left. Please silence your cell phones or other electronic devices so that the meeting is not unnecessarily disturbed. If you must speak on your cell phone, please exit to the back hallway or outside. We also ask the audience to keep chatter to a minimum so as not to disturb others. The town acknowledges the importance of full public participation in all meetings and hearings, and we therefore urge all who wish to address the board to utilize the microphone at the front of the room. If anyone is unable to hear, let us know so that adjustments can be made as necessary. I don't see students here tonight, right? No students? Councilor Conway, pledge allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will you please remain standing for our troops in harm's way. Thank you. Move for approval of the town board meeting held on April 10th. No, it's tonight, isn't it? It was for
April 10th and April 24th.
We're taking the 24th off.
I just got the 24th, but I don't know if you guys did so or had time to look at them. So
I did today. I reviewed it, but we made one correction. But I don't have any objection to taking it off.
Let's move on to the next meeting.
Okay.
Okay. So everyone has a chance to read it.
So we're just to approval of April 10th, is that?
Yep, April 10th.
A second.
Any board discussion or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? You pass unanimously. Thank you.
Make a motion to approve abstract number 18, dated May 1st, 2019, and abstract number 19, dated May 8th, 2019, is presented.
Second.
Any board comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? You pass unanimously again. Thank you.
Make a motion to approve the budget modifications, they're just 2 minor, as listed.
Second. Any board comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you. We'll now open. We have a series of public hearings tonight. The first and the next few talk about town code. As we had said before, as we discover deficiencies with town code, we are correcting them. And I will now. We'll talk about the Chapter 120 Town Code relating to filling and excavation. I have proof of publication and posting, and this is to consider changes to Chapter 120 of the Town Code relating to, again, filling and excavation, and I will turn it over to Councilor Carter.
Thank you. Well, this is not really a substantive change. Basically, the way that the statute is currently written is that permits are issued by the planning board, which requires a planning board meeting. Which is a form which they don't occur every day, obviously. They occur periodically. They can be called especially, like one was called a couple weeks ago. And also, for some reason, the current code has the town clerk issue the permits. Ordinarily, for something like this, you'd expect the Department of Planning and Development, commonly called the Codes Department, to issue them. So all the changes we're making now, and Ms. Cosman, if you could scroll down because there's a few pages of them, is basically just substituting out Department of Planning and Development as the entity that grants the permit, and also as the entity that that takes the applications. I mean, really, you can see there at this point, since the code in 120-6 sub A, we're striking out the language that says authorize the code enforcement officer to issue the permit. It just says it shall issue the permit. So again, this is really kind of mundane, not very substantive. It's just basically simplifying the process and keeping it all over with the codes where it belongs.
Thank you, John. I will now open the public hearing. If If anyone would like to speak either for or against modifying Chapter 120 of the Town Code relating to filling and excavation, please come up forward, please. There being no one, I will close the public hearing, and I will move for the adoption of a resolution to accept the changes to Chapter 120 of the Town Code relating to filling and excavation as presented, to be known as Local Law Number 11 of 2019.
Second.
Any board comments or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? Passed unanimously. Thank you. I'll now conduct a public hearing to consider changes to Chapter 210 Town Code relating to zoning maps. I have proof of publication and posting. And Councilor Carr.
Mr. Council, okay. This change, again, not really very substantive. The current code for some reason, has the actual date of the zoning map, like hard-coded into it, and that's updated periodically, and I assure you that it has been updated since March 26, 2001. So all we're doing here really is just clarifying and substituting the date with, which is updated periodically. I don't know why it's not underlined, it should be. Really just to reflect the fact that we update the zoning map as appropriate.
Okay. That being said, I will now open the public hearing. Anyone would like to speak for or against, please approach the bench. There being none, I will close the public hearing. I move for the adoption of the resolution to accept the change to Chapter 210 of the Town Code relating to zoning maps as presented, to be known as Local Law Number 12 of 2019.
Second.
Any further board comments or discussion? There being none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you. We'll now conduct a public hearing to consider changes to Chapter 210, Town Code relating to signs. I approve of publication and posting. Councilor Carr.
All right, well, as I mentioned at the last meeting, right now you can see you can have political signs, but there is a restriction on when they can be put up, so many number of days prior to an election, depending whether it's a primary or a general election, and also have to be removed within a week of the election being concluded. Probably just about every municipality in the state, probably the whole country, has a regulation like this. The problem is they're virtually all unconstitutional, because it functions as a content-based restriction on political speech, which is the hardest thing under the First Amendment to regulate. So, I mean, we really haven't been enforcing this, is my understanding, but with there being a political season coming up, it really makes sense for the public to be able to look at the code and actually see what is and isn't permitted and not have to worry about whether or not what's on the books is being enforced. So really all we're just doing is striking whatever comes after political signs, saying that you have the right to have a political sign, which obviously you do. The other thing I would clarify, though, is that this does not necessarily mean that if you can put any political sign that says anything anywhere you want. Restrictions based on obscenity, on public safety, if a sign was very large and blocking the view of traffic, like on a curb or something, would still apply, in which case the sign would not be being removed or cited because it was political speech. It should be removed or cited because it contained obscenity or it was endangering public safety, which are things we are allowed to regulate. So really this just removes what the time, place, and manner restriction on political signs. This mostly will apply to signs people have in their yards. If you have a sign in another location, whether it's on private property you don't have permission for, or if it's a public right-of-way, I mean, this really doesn't apply to that, because if it's someplace you're not supposed to have it, you're already not, this does not change that. So this does not mean you can put any sign you want anywhere, anytime.
Thank you for that, John. I'll now open the public hearing. Would anyone like to speak for or against the change of this code?
Nate Riley, 8890 Honeycomb Path. I just want to rise in support of this provision. I think it's awesome that Councilor Carr put this together for us. I think it's great that the board is passing this measure. As he noted, the Supreme Court's decision in Reed versus the Town of Gilbert, 2015, specifically says this is content-based regulation and we shouldn't have it. So good job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
John Snyder, Mudville. The only question I have is, do we then, we might live with these signs after the election for infinity? Or, I mean, we don't say when they have to be down after an election?
You can't.
You can't tell them when to take them down.
No, it's political speech. Lots of people still have their Trump signs up, people who are supporting President Trump. 3 years now after he's been elected. You're making, if you put up the name of a candidate, you are making a statement, a political statement that you support that individual. That's political speech, and it's protected under the First Amendment.
We don't make the laws, we just apply them. Anyone else?
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome back, Tom.
Thank you very much. I think this is a great move. Obviously, we've restrained freedom of speech for too long, not just in Cicero, but throughout New York State. And the only question I have to ask is, Don, I still got some of your old yard signs.
Anyone else? There being none, I will close the public hearing, and I'll move for the adoption of a resolution to accept changes to Chapter 210 of the Town Code relating to signs as presented, to be known as Local Law Number 13 of 2019.
Sorry.
Nope, that's okay, I got a second. Any further board discussion or comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We passed unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good work on that, John. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll now have a public hearing to consider the submission of a second application for a 2019 Community Development Block Grant funding for the Brewerton Hamlet revitalization through Onondaga County. And I have some more good news for you. I met with the county executive on Saturday, and he has approved our last grant, and now we're applying again. So the only thing I can't tell you definitively is how much it's going to be for, because I know what we asked for, and he said, don't worry, you got it. So I don't know if it's going to be that or what you're hearing through the grapevine, but we'll see. But we brought more money to Brewerton Revitalization. We're very proud of that project, Ellen, and we're going to do our best to see it through.
Thank you.
We'll now open the public hearing. I have proof of publication and posting, and Jody, would you like to talk to us about that a little bit?
Sure. Mark, you received an information letter from the county that as of April 1st, HUD implemented new census data and determined different eligibility areas within the community. And because of that, it affected our community. Basically, the area of Bridgeport and that section of town was removed from the map, and more area was included in North Syracuse, and the Brewerton area remained in it. So with that, they encouraged the town of Cicero to apply for a second grant. Our first one was the senior center renovation. So this grant is for improvements to Route 11 from Baldwin Street to Library Street on the west side of Route 11. And it's a continuation. Right now we have a grant for the area from Guy Young to landscaping and whatnot. So this is an extension of that. The total project is $155,800. It would specifically have 180 feet of sidewalk. Pretty much, for those who are familiar with Brewerton, it's in front of the Brewerton Pharmacy. It would include handicap ramping on both sides, curbing, 4 lights, 2 trees. And if you are familiar with that area up there, right now it's a paved area from the buildings all the way to the curbing. There's signposts in the way, there's no ramps on either side, it's asphalt down. The town would be responsible for approximately $39,000 in next year's budget if the project is approved.
I thought it was 38.
It's $38,950.
All right.
So I rounded it to 39. And as well, we have to amend the 5-year consolidated plan, which is 2015 to 2019. You amended it in March to add the senior program, and we're amending it now to add the Route 11 improvements.
Thank you, Jody. Again, I approve of publication and posting. Would anyone like to speak in favor or against considering the submission of a second application for a 2019 Community Development Block Grant for the Brewerton Hamlet revitalization through Onondaga County? There being none, I will close the public hearing, and I will move for the adoption of a resolution I'm sorry?
Excuse me, I have a question for Jody.
Okay.
On the sidewalks or across the front of like Rosie's and the new barber shop, is that the sidewalk that you're talking about?
That's Library to Bennett Street, and we are not allowed to do anything with that per DOT because of the bridge, which they have not decided yet. So they're keeping us back from anything from the bridge to the Library Street intersection.
Okay, just checking. Thank you.
And as a matter of rule, Councilor Boyke, when we ask for comments from the board, that's the time to bring them up, not after we are moving for the vote. I'll move for the adoption of a resolution to accept the submission of a second application for a 2019 Community Development Block Grant funding for the Brewerton Hamlet Revitalization through Onondaga County, as well as amending the 5-year consolidated plan as required by HUD.
Second.
Any further board comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We carry unanimously. Thank you. I'll move for the adoption of a resolution to approve the following expenses for the highway garage project. $17,353.84 to MRB, $381,823.05 to Building Innovation Group, $109,913.67 to Nap Electric, $89,870 to Brosh Mechanical, $200,477.16 to Lawman Heating and Cooling.
Second.
Any board comments? Just to clarify this is not new expenses. These are approved expenses and we are paying as we go. So when the contractor completes, for example, when Brosh Mechanical completed their portion of the money and it met with the satisfaction of our building group, which includes Mr. Snyder and Mr. Bloss, then we go ahead and authorize the payment. Any further board comments or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you.
Move for the adoption of a resolution to approve the following expenses for the Highway Department. $1,500 to Northeast Property Management Corporation for additional monies for the traffic paint due to price increase. A33104.
Second, any board comments or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you.
Move the adoption resolution to accept bids on Tuesday, May 28th, 2019 at 10 o'clock a.m. for the Gateway Park Trail and Soccer Field construction project funded through Community Development. Bid packets will be available Monday, May 13th, 2019 through Plan and Print, and a copy is available to view at the Cicero Town Clerk's office.
Second, any board comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you.
Move the adoption resolution to approve the following expenses for the Parks and Recreation Department. $10,975 to CNY Sealing and Plowing for paving walkways to William Park to 3 pavilions to improve accessibility, budget code A7150.42. $7,908.94 to Denzak Recreational Design and Supply Incorporated for 2 canopy bench units for the Gateway Park Playground, part of the Gateway Park Trail and Soccer Field construction project, budget code A7110.45.
Any board comments? That was Councilor Conway who seconded. Any board comments or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Move for the adoption of a resolution to declare the following items surplus and of no use to the town and to be disposed. IBM Lexmark Wheelwriter Typewriter 1000, serial number 11-YXG44, an electric paper shredder attachment top from the assessor's office.
Second. Go ahead, Dick. Dick had a second. Any further comments or any comments or board discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously again. Yeah, I don't know if we'll go to discussion items right now. I don't know if anyone is aware of this, but this is Municipal Clerk's Week from May 5th to May 11th. And I don't even know if Tracy knew that I picked up on that. But you know what I want to tell you? This has been an absolutely wonderful group to work with. The employees of the town of Cicero are second to none. And I'm saying that as an old manager who's managed people before. And when people do an exceptional job, I like to point it out. Tracy Castleman and her team have generated in the last 2 years, in 2017, I'm dating myself, over $80,000 in revenue to the town of Cicero. And in 2018, last year, our latest numbers available, they generated just under $73,000. Now when you take a look at the salaries that we're paying in that office, this office is paying for itself. The same way that our town clerk's office is more than, or our town clerk, but our receiver of taxes has more than made up for the salaries in the smart decisions that have been made in that office as well. We have a very well-run town, folks. You should be very proud of the people who serve you. So Tracy, thank you very much. Great job. Gretchen, thank you. Great job. You want to tell us about Earth Day?
Thank you. Yes, I would. Earth Day. Wow, the weather wasn't exactly as nice as it is outside today, but we had a lot of people that showed up. I was extremely grateful for that. It was actually snowing, so it was very challenging, but we did pick up a lot of areas. And I would just like to let you know that I did contact Oprah today. I spoke to Dale Koka from there, because he didn't have anything on his website. And he said that as of last Thursday, think of this, over 60,000 pounds of litter was picked up during Earth Day. I thought that was amazing. I'm sure those totals are going to increase, but that was as of last Thursday. Those were the amounts of it. We have like Mark said, a great group of people. The highway was out there working. They did a great job on Earth Day. They are hard workers. The parks did an excellent job in getting those trucks. We were lucky enough to use the one new truck there, and they had all the tools and everything that we needed. And most of all, we also had Chuck Wiltman, one of the VIPs from police. He was excellent to make sure that we were safe. We did the park and rec area, we did the Four Corners, which was very dangerous, and he kept us very, very safe, and it was excellent. We couldn't have done it without everyone. Councilor Cushman, Councilor Carp, Deputy Town Clerk Gretchen, Nicole, the receiver of taxes, our Deputy Supervisor, Bill Meyer, and Dewey, and they picked up an area that I understand over there in Crabtree and Lawton. They filled a dump truck. I mean, they worked very, very hard in that cold and snow, and the wind. The wind was not cooperating. And Assemblyman Tim Burtis also was there that day. So I just want to extend a big thank you to everyone. I've been doing this since 2001, very passionate about it, and I just feel that it's such a rewarding experience to go through those areas that we've done and see that they're clean. And I just thank you very much for the opportunity for me to thank everyone tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy, for a great job that you do on that project every year. At this time, I'll open it up to public input if anyone would like to approach the board. Mr. Snyder.
I don't know whether in that trash can, I don't know if she counted the couple of dead pigeons that we picked up under the bridge. But
Not Snyder.
I assure you that the dead pigeons went into a bag and they were counted as trash.
Mr. Burtis also got a squirrel.
Oh, that's good. Was it dead?
It was flat.
Some states just passed the law where you can keep and eat them now.
No, I've been so.
John's working on that now.
You're working on that. You're welcome to
Well, he's got a second child. He's got to do whatever he can.
It's called roadkill anyway, isn't it?
I just want to report on the on our new our little highway building. Tomorrow, starting at 5 o'clock in the morning, we're going to pour 450 yards of concrete in the first third of the garage area. So by the end of the month, the garage area will have the floor placed. That will then leave a nice flat surface for our contractors to finish lighting and heating in that garage area. The maintenance area and the parts room, which are the first doors you find when you drive onto the site, those doors have been installed as of today. Windows are being installed. All the windows in the garage portion are installed. The glass is installed on the west side. The east side will come in the next couple of days. Window frames are put in all of the office areas, except the two in the break room. So it is really moving forward. Oh, look at that crew.
I made us all skinny.
Thanks, Tracy. You picked up about 40 pounds. I appreciate it.
Yeah, they didn't feed him very well.
There's no way you make that guy in the front with a shirt who's that much skinny. He is definitely a little larger.
I made us smaller thinner.
If you stretch the thing this way rather than this way, Tracy, I would look thinner. The building is coming along quite well. We are staying within budget. We will stay within budget. The site work, we're kind of delaying with that till pretty much everything gets done around and in the building, so they can basically come in and do a flash dance type of concrete or asphalt, because there's going to be a lot of it. we'd invite you to the concrete party tomorrow, but really there'll be too many people there, so I prefer you don't show up tomorrow to watch the concrete party, unless you want to come at 4:45 and be gone by 5 a.m. We really don't need you to be on the site tomorrow. Don and I have already decided, we normally go to the site at 8. We decided tomorrow we're going to go early. Any questions on our building?
Yes, if I see DS, okay, carved into that concrete, I'm going to know where it came from.
Okay.
Anyone else before we close?
Yeah, footprint.
There being none, I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Can you stand up?